Welcome to module number 1, Becoming the Profit Marksman. Now, inside this module, I'm going to show you the exact steps that I take to delve and dig deep into different niches to find the perfect product idea. This is such an important step, guys. I really can't emphasize enough how important this is. You need to do it right. Failure to do so, and you're going to waste a lot of time, and you're probably going to result in not making any money, which is the last thing we want to do. So, let's get stuck in. Now, before we get into the training, I just want you to pause this video quickly. And what I want you to do is I want you to write down 3 niches, okay? 3 niches that you want to get involved in. You may already be involved in them. You maybe play sport. You maybe have a hobby. You maybe want to get into making money online. You maybe want to... Any niches, okay? 3 niches that you really want to get involved in, the top 3. Write them down and then we'll get stuck into the training. Okay, so you should have your 3 niches by now. Let's get into the training. So the first step we're going to look at is demand and supply. Now there's 2 things we need to find out. Are people looking for information in your niche? Are they searching for answers? Do they have questions? Are they having problems? What do they want to find out? What are they looking for? And more importantly, are people spending money in your niche? Okay, this is so important. It's pretty basic, it's pretty straightforward, it's pretty obvious. We need to know if people are spending money in that niche. Okay, if they're not, then move on to another niche. Okay, you've got a list of 3. Take the top pick. Find out if people are looking for information and if people are spending money in that niche. If they're not, scrap that niche. Move on to your next niche idea. Okay, simple as that, guys. It really is. So, where do we look for this information? Where are we looking if people are looking for stuff? If people are spending money? How do we find it out? So first off, we've got related forums. Now, every niche online has a forum. There's millions upon millions of them. You'd be hard stuck to not find a forum in your chosen niche. I promise you that. Simple as just hit Google, your niche, cat juggling, forums, or I don't know, whatever niche you've got, okay? Looking in forums is a top one. Social networks, Facebook, Twitter, Google+, LinkedIn, stumble upon, I mean, there's a new social network coming out every other week, but they are super hot spots for looking for this information that we need. They really are. YouTube's a massive one. YouTube's, I think, 3rd highest visited website online, basically, after Google and Facebook. It's massive. People are hanging out there. That's what you're looking for. That's why we're looking in forums and social networks and on YouTube. We're trying to find out where our target market hang out. Okay, if we find where they're hanging out, then we've got them. We can find out what they're talking about, what information they're looking for, what questions they have, what problems they're facing, and if they're spending money. What else have we got? We've got search engines, Google, Bing, Yahoo, perfect for looking for this information. Q&A sites, you've got Yahoo Answers, you've got Quora, Answers.com. Again, there's a ton of them. All you have to do is hit Google or whatever search engine you're using and then put in question and answer sites and you're going to be flooded. You'll have a long list to sift through. And finally, affiliate networks. What better place to look to see if people are spending money than affiliate networks? This is perfect. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk you through. You're going to be watching over my shoulder over the next few minutes, well, next 20 to 30 minutes, exactly how I do this in each of those ones. Okay, so let's get stuck in. So what to look for on forums and social networks? First off, how active are the forums, okay, or the groups that you're in on social networks? So, I'm in the internet marketing niche, and more specifically the make money online niche. Now, Warrior Forum is the biggest forum there inside that niche. There are a ton of other big forums, but Warrior Forum seems to be the biggest one. So, you need to find out if it's active. How active is it? Well, for me, it's quite easy to find out. We hit Warrior Forum, and we can see how many people are online at that time, how many people are viewing each thread and each category, And I mean, there's usually hundreds, if not thousands, viewing different categories, which points to it being quite a popular and active forum. Okay, same with social networks. You can go on Facebook or Google Plus and you can search a ton of groups in, say, I don't know, Facebook marketing. If you're looking to step into that niche, then you could search Facebook marketing or make money on Facebook, and you're going to be hit with different groups that you can look in, you can get involved in, you can talk to people, you can see what people are talking about, if people are active, if there are people posting every day, hopefully more than that, a few times a day, what's going on. So it's a great place. You need to see how active it is. It's no good, and I can tell you will find them where you search for forums, you find a forum, it looks like it's active because there's a lot of content on, but when you look at the date of the content, it's 2010. I mean, it's 5 years ago. So really important that you make sure that it's active. There's no point in looking and researching something that's 5 years old. What else have we got? What topics of discussion are most common? So what are people talking about? Now, you'll find how popular a conversation is. If you're in a Facebook group or a forum, you're going to see the same people or different people talking about common things. Okay, so someone might start off a conversation, maybe ask a question about something, then someone else will come up with an answer, maybe another person with an answer, and then someone else with a question about that answer. So it's just having a look, browsing through everything, keeping your eyes open, really important. So what problems are people facing? Now this is a big one, and it's perfect for your product idea. Now, if there's a common problem, if people are facing a common problem, and I'm going to show you in a minute how you can find these problems, but if people are facing a common problem, then if you can find out the solution, or if you know the solution, then you've got a really good product idea. So if people are having a common problem and it's widespread, there's a lot of people on the Warrior Forum with this problem, there's a lot of people on the Facebook groups, on YouTube, on Google, people are asking this question all over the place. They're all having the same problem. Well, if you can get a solution and you can provide it to them inside a product, you're going to make a lot of money, okay? So what problems are people facing? Are there any ads on the forums? Now, this'll vary on what forum it is, but most will sell advertising space. So what ads are they advertising? Is it a specific product, a service? What is the product? What is the service? What website do they go to? Click on the ad and see for yourself. See what happens, where they're going to. Okay, see how busy it is. And finally, who are the most active and respected users in the forum, in the social networks? Now, this is quite important because not only could this person be someone that you could maybe look up to, who's maybe established in your niche that you're looking to get involved in. So maybe you can learn something from them. Maybe they already have their own products. Maybe they're already got something going on that you can maybe have a look at to get an idea how to structure your product. Okay? Or it could be your perfect target market, the people who are active, asking a lot of questions, respected because people who ask questions, and as long as they're not daft questions, do get respect, and maybe it's people who are answering a lot of questions. So, really important few points. Now, what we're going to do now is I'm going to go onto the Warrior Forum and show you exactly what I mean by doing these points. So here we are on the Warrior Forum. Now, you can blatantly see that it's a Warrior Forum. So what we've got here is we've got a whole host of different categories. I'm not sure if you've ever been on the Warrior Forum. I assume that you have, so I'm not going to be explaining everything. But what I do want to show you is just up here, we've got the threads column and then we've got the posts column. Now, it's showing you exactly how many threads are in each column for each category and how many posts are in this category. So if we scroll down to the main categories, we've got search engine optimization. We've got a whole host. I'm not going to go through them all. You can see for yourself on my video, or if you hit warriorforum.com, you're going to see as well. But what I do want to show you is, for instance, SEO, search engine optimization, has nearly 80,000 threads inside that category. It also has nearly 800,000 posts. Below it, we've got ad networks, so CPA marketing, that sort of thing. Again, quite high numbers. We've got 25,000 threads and we've got 248,000 posts. Offline marketing, again, quite high, 18,000 threads. So these free ones are quite popular. This is what I'm looking at. So I can see that there must be quite a lot of activity going on because there's quite high numbers. Another way of seeing what's popular is how many people are viewing. So people viewing SEO right now, 1,500 people. Ad networks 422 and offline marketing 339. So again, people are looking, people are involved right now. So let's have a look in SEO. Okay, here we are inside SEO. So let's just have a quick scroll down. Something's just caught my eye straight away. We've got a question. So it's always good to look for questions. We've got 2 questions. We've got 3 questions. Well, there's a load of questions. This is what I mean. So this is great to do research, to start off your research, because you're going to get ideas straight away. So I'm just going to go with the first one that I saw. Why don't I get more organic traffic? Now, I'm not any SEO expert. In fact, I know very little about SEO. I've had a little go at it quite a long time ago, and it wasn't for me. So I am no SEO expert at all, but I do know the basics, you know. So why don't I get more organic traffic? Now, if this was quite a widespread question, people not being able to get organic traffic, maybe it's quite a common problem, I honestly don't know, but then this could be an idea for your product. Okay, so then you'd open up this thread, you'd go through the questions, you'd go through the answers, have they been answered correctly, are there still more questions, is it maybe led on to an even more advanced question, that sort of thing, okay? That's a good question to look at. Now, does a virtual silo work? I don't really know what that is. Also, what I'm looking at as well, sorry I didn't point out, was again similar to the threads and posts. This time we've got a column for replies and a column for views. So the more views, the more replies, the more popular, okay? So that question that we had, 84 replies, 664 reviews. This one is social media, the best SEO method. We've got 30 replies, 600 reviews, so 28, so we've got 2,000. Okay, so look at this one, okay, what is the best method for ranking high, for long tail keywords? Okay, so there's only 28 replies, but there's 2,000 views. Now for me, this points out that if you just have a look at the other questions where the views aren't as high, but the replies are quite high compared to our one here, this long tail keyword. So what this could suggest is a lot of people are looking for this answer, okay? Because there's not many people in replies, there's not as many replies. So not as many people know the answer. They're not posting because they don't know the answer, but people want to know the answer, if that makes sense. So am I making it worse? Am I just overcomplicating it? But I hope that does make sense. So this is a great question. So if I was going through, well, I'm going to use it for the example. We're going to use this as an example for the rest of the slides that we're going to go through, the rest of the methods that we need to look for. So let's use the ranking for long tail keywords. So let's just go back to the PowerPoint and let's move on. So YouTube. So the first method in YouTube. So typing keywords into YouTube and seeing how many videos come back in the results. Now I'm going to show you it in a minute. I just want to go through a couple of the bullet points with you first before we go over to YouTube. So what else? Now, doing the same, but seeing how many views each of these videos has. So you search for the long tail, how to rank long tail keywords in the YouTube search bar. The results come back, you see how many results there are, but not only that, you can see how many views each of the results have. I'm going to show you exactly what I mean. And also, finding the channels with the highest viewed videos. Now this is a really cool little idea, and looking in the discussion section. Okay, so remember, we're not looking for, well, we can look for information from the videos and maybe give you a bit of an angle, a bit of an idea for your product, but more specifically, what we're looking for is people who are looking for the information, okay? So people have hit Google, they've hit YouTube, they've searched the keywords, how to rank long tail keywords. So then when they're viewing the videos, they're the people who are going to be dropping comments in the discussion section. So that's why we want to look in the discussion section. Did this video solve the problem? Did they have a problem following the instructions? Are they looking for a different answer? You know, that sort of thing. Makes total sense. So let's have a look on YouTube. So here's YouTube. Okay, so ranking high ranking long tail keywords. Okay, so let's have a look. I'm going to put in how to rank long tail keywords. It's come up for me. So here we go, how to rank long tail keywords. Now, these are the results that I was talking about, 4,620 results. Now, in all honesty, that's not a massive amount really. It's quite a small amount, to be fair. I was thinking that there was going to be a few more than that. And if it was me researching, then it doesn't mean anything, to be fair. There's still people going to be looking for information, and I very much believe that people are going to be spending money to find out information about how to rank long tail keywords. I mean, SEO is a massive niche. There's a lot of money being spent in it. Really popular at the minute, very hot. Softwares doing the keyword research and that sort of thing. So yeah, there will be money spent in it, but we need to find out if it's definite and if people are going to be willing to spend money on how to find out how to rank long tail keywords. So let's have a scroll down, and this is what I mean about also being able to look at the amount of views. So they're not really that many high views. This one's got nearly 7,000, but it was added 2 years ago, which is okay, but it's not great, you know. There's not a lot of there's not many views. I thought it would be more, but it's not a problem. We can still use this as an example. So here we go. Okay, so this is one that I've seen before. Now, 8,000 views. Again, 2 years old, so quite old. But what you can do is you could open this up and look in the discussion section, which we're going to do in a second, or you could visit the channel. Okay, page 1 traffic. You can visit this channel, you can look at their other videos, you can look at their discussion section and see what people are asking.
Okay, so if we look at the old way...
I'll just pause that so we don't have to listen to him. Okay, so this is the discussion section just underneath. There's quite a few comments being made. I'm just having a skim through. There's not really a lot to go on, to be fair. I'd probably just go back and go and have a look at another video on their channel to see if there's any more comments to go on rather than these comments. I'm just looking, this person's saying, trying to update my sites with long tail keywords to build an audience. Well, that's going to be probably what everyone else is doing. Yeah, there's nothing really to go on in the comments. So what you could do is you could just go visit the channel. Let's have a look. I'm just trying to figure out how. If we go to videos, most popular, selected. Okay, so this is a bit better. So we've got 19,000 views on curation software. This keyword tool, 11,000. That's a video that we looked at. So what you could do is you could go and have a look at the different videos and the discussion section, see what people are asking, see what people are wanting to know, if they've got information, if they've got their answers solved, that sort of thing. Okay, so that's YouTube summed up really. That's what I do on YouTube. Obviously I'd spend a bit more time. I just wouldn't look at one video or one channel. I'd go back and I'd have a look at the results and see what other channels are there. I'd also tinker this here. I'd tinker this. Okay, so that was YouTube. Now, search engine sites. Let's have a look now. There's Google, Bing and Yahoo are the main search engine sites for you to look at. You need to find out, what you need to look for on the search engines is who's advertising on a search engine ad. So you know when you go on Google, I'm going to show you exactly what I mean, but there's people paying for ads for the top spots and for the adverts down the side. People are paying for them, so just visit the site, just click on the link, see what's going on, see what they're doing, see what they're advertising, see if it's selling. It's a good way of doing it. It's a good way of getting an idea of what's selling, because they're paying for advertisement to sell that product. So that point's pretty much likely that it's going to be selling. And also you can have a look at what the top results in that niche are. So let's have a look. Let's fly over to Google now. And let's have a look. Let's search the same thing that we did with YouTube. How to rank long tail keywords. Okay, so again, same idea with YouTube. You can look at the results. We've got 467,000 results. So again, not massive amounts, nearly 500,000, which is okay, but it's not massive amounts. But again, that doesn't mean it's a bad thing. This could mean that people aren't getting the information, you know, there's not enough information, so maybe it's a gap in the market. It could be that sort of thing as well, so you never know. That's why this is so important to find out. So here, anyway, so you've got your ads here, the top two. Find long tail keywords, so this is WordStream, this is a keyword research tool, do it yourself ranking coach. Okay, so I don't know what that means, simple and convenient. Okay, yeah, and then down the side here, SEMrush is quite a well-known tool, software tool. Long-tail keyword engines, keyword rank checker, keyword long-tail tool. So there seem to be a lot of keyword research tools. So you can have a look, through the results and see 3 steps for optimizing content for long-tail keywords. See, a lot of people who are asking that. So if we went back to Warrior Forum, the person who asked the question, how to rank long-tail keywords, all they had to do was type it in Google, and I'm pretty sure that a lot of these, there's probably going to be an answer somewhere amongst these. That's all they had to do, but they don't. They ask for it. They ask on the forum. And then if they hit your sales page, then, and that's the information that's in their head, they're looking for that information, then they're more than likely going to spend money. Okay? We're going to have a look at question and answer sites. So question and answer sites, there's a ton. There's so many. There's Yahoo Answers is the biggest one. There's Quora, there's Answers.com. There's literally a ton. All you have to do is go on Google, search question and answer sites, and you're going to have a whole list to sift through. But they're great. They really are such a wealth of knowledge. You can find out so much from question and answer sites. I'm going to show you what I mean in just a second. But we're looking for what questions are being asked. Okay, so let me just skip back. So what questions are being asked? So let's have a look, and I'm going to take you to Yahoo Answers. So here we are, and again we're going to use the same example, how to rank long tail keywords. Okay, it's spelled right, yeah. Let's have a look, see what's going on. Okay, again we've got advertisements at the top. You'll notice SEMrush. So they seem to be here, there and everywhere, which could point to them having a really good product. Okay, so I'd be definitely having a look and seeing what SEMrush is all about, and seeing if there's something that maybe you could do a little differently to make it unique, and even get an idea of what to do. Maybe there's something missing. So yeah, definitely an idea to have a look at that. But what we're looking for is what people are looking for. So page not ranking for long tail keyword. It's question. Well, why not? What's going on? It's got 2 answers. Have a look. See what's going on. What's the question about? I mean, use of long tail keywords. What are keyword long tails? Best way to rank for these. How do you create? Do I need backlinks? I mean, there's a ton of answers, right? There's a ton of questions. And this is the same for anything, you know. And you can pretty much guarantee that you're going to find on one of the question and answer sites, you're going to find a range of questions which you can work with. Okay, so that's the question and answer. It's pretty straightforward, guys. It's not rocket science, but it's really important that you do it. I visit every single one of these different ways that I'm showing you to look for each one, exactly the way I'm showing you. I find out one idea, and then I'll go to YouTube, have a look, or I'll go to Google first, and I'll go and have a look and make sure that there's definitely a want for it. There's definitely demand, okay? And then now we're going to be looking at affiliate networks. Now this is where it's going to show you if there's money being made, if there's products selling in that niche, okay? So we've got jvzoo.com, which is the number one in the internet marketing industry, in the make money online industry anyway. It's banging at the minute, really hot, and it's super easy to use. So that's what we're going to use as the example. But I mean, there's ClickBank, which is a bit more widespread, a few more niches. Health and fitness is really big on ClickBank. So is make money online. Internet marketing is still big on ClickBank, but health and fitness is really big. There's a wider range of niches, shall we say. Zaxa as well, good for different niches. Warrior Plus, more specifically, make money online, but all good tools for research. So let's head on over to JVZoo and have a look. So I'm on the dashboard of JVZoo. Now, this is the affiliate account that I have. If you don't have one and you need to get one to do this, a seller's account, affiliate account, same thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm hovering over Marketplace and I'm going to select top sellers. Now this is just to use a bit of niche research here. Now what we've got is the top sellers of today up here. We've got yesterday's top sellers. We've got the top sellers over the past 7 days. And finally the top sellers over the past 30 days. So what we can do is we can have a look and see what is hot right now. Now I've covered this inside the ebook as well. I'm just going to go over it. You can watch me do it. You can see it live in front of you, how easy it is. It's pretty straightforward. In fact, it's really straightforward. So we're looking at top sellers in the past 30 days. I think it's quite obvious that video is really hot. Okay, so we've got VidNeos, which is a video product. We've got Video Auto Click. We've got Easy Video Sales Letter. We've got HydraVid. We've got Vidlify. So that's, as far as I know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 products in the top sellers of the past 30 days, all video related. Now, do you reckon that might point to video being hot? You've got damn right, definitely. But it's just a great place to look. Okay, it's a great place to see what is hot right now. Now, what else we can do, if you've got a niche idea, so let's go back to the keyword research, the long tail keywords. What I'm doing is I'm hovering over affiliates, selecting find products. Now, what I can do here is I'm going to try it out. I don't know if it's going to work. I'm just going to search keywords, long tail keywords as the keyword and see what comes back. Alright, no, it's not worked what I was going to. But what we can do is I can maybe put SEO. Now this is a little bit better, right? Okay, so SEO. Now we've got a whole range of products that have sold thousands. Okay, SEO Zen Pro, over 6,000 front end units sold. Pillar Apps Charter, 4,500. Cloud PBN, 3,500. I mean, there's a ton, right? You can have a look and see what are the top selling ones, what are they, what's involved in them, maybe even buying the product to see what's inside it, okay? I've done it before where I've bought a product just to see what's in it. Maybe I can steal a little bit of, a little bit of an idea and use it in my own product, give my own twist to it, make it unique in my own way, okay? Nothing wrong with that at all. So that's a great way of doing it. Okay, so you can have a look, you can see we've got conversion rates, what converted really well. That's not to do with the product, that's more to do with the sales letter and the way it's been marketed. EPCs is earning per clicks, so average price, commissions, that sort of thing. You can have a look, you can have a play, but it's a really good way of seeing what sells, okay? So you can see SEO is definitely a hot niche. We've got a load of sales, all quite recent, 2013, 2014, 2015. So there's stuff here, okay? There's stuff here that's selling. Definitely suggest that you definitely check out other affiliate networks as well, but we're going to leave it at that for now. We're going to go back to the PowerPoint, and that's it, guys. That's the first module complete. So what you need to do is you need to follow the exact steps that I've just shown you using your free niche ideas. Okay, so get on the forums, get on the social networks, make sure you get involved, have a look, see what's going on. Get the idea, get one idea, 2 ideas, then take them over to YouTube or Google or wherever. Have a look on there, see what's going on there, have a look at different YouTube channels, see what's going on in the discussion section. Then have a look on Google, see what's being advertised, see what the top results are, see what people are talking about, what's being covered, different aspects and angles for your own product being covered inside the information. Then head on over to question and answer sites, then affiliate networks to make sure that money is being spent. Okay, guys, so that's module 1 complete. I'm going to see you in module 2. See you there, guys. Now, inside this module, we're going to be looking at exactly how to create your killer product. So, without further ado, let's move on to the first step. Now, without a doubt, inside any online business, mind maps are essential. Now, I learned the hard way. I ignored so many people when I first started out. Didn't bother getting a mind map. Thought I'd be able to do it. Keep notes in my head. Keep notes on a slip of paper. Now that's great and all, but mind maps just makes things so easy to organise, to get everything in detail, and I mean every aspect as well. I map out everything from my product content, to my sales copy, to the sales funnel, my upsells, what's going to be going on inside of them, every detail, my marketing, how I'm going to advertise, how I'm going to promote, how I'm going to drive traffic, my back end, how I'm going to monetize, my emails, everything can be put into a mind map. Everything, anything you can think of. Now what you do is you break down every detail and every idea. I'm actually going to be taking you inside a mind map for the front end, 5-figure funnel profits. So the ebook that you guys bought, I'm going to actually be taking you inside the exact mind map I used to create that ebook. Okay, and this mind map only took me around 20 to 30 minutes to create. And when it's all open and everything's there, it's massive. It really is. And I'm going to show you exactly how I did it, how I broke down everything. Okay, so what I actually use, I just want to make you aware of the software. I know I made it aware in the ebook 5-figure funnel profits, but if you missed that bit or maybe can't remember, I actually use MindMeister. Now, MindMeister has two options, a paid option and a free option. Now, the free option is ideal. It's perfect for if you're starting out and you don't really have loads of projects going on. So you get free mind maps. Okay, if you use all 3 of them, then you can delete one and you can create another one, but you can't have more than 3. Okay, 3 active mind maps. So that's ideal for anyone who's starting out. So let's head on over to MindMeister, to my account, and dive inside my mind map. Okay, so here we are inside my mind map for the front end. You can see I've got the front end here. So with every mind map that you create, you're going to have this blue bubble in the centre. Now this is obviously the centrepiece where you're going to be bringing all your ideas off, all the lines off. So I've just called it 5-figure funnel. And I've got the first bubble coming off it, called the front end, and I'm just going to open it up. So before we move on, it's dead simple to use. If you are going to use MindMeister, so if I just minimise that and I'm on front end here, you can just click this little cross button that I'm hovering over to add an idea, and you can add whatever bonus, upsell, whatever point that you're trying to get across and write about. Okay, so here's mine. I've got 5-figure funnel profit. So this is the name of the ebook. I'm going to open it up further, and you can see that I've got broken down each chapter that's covered in the ebook. So if you were to open the ebook now, the 5-figure funnel profits, you'll have the introduction section, then the niche research section, product creation, domain and hosting, setting the funnel up, recruiting affiliates, and launch. And then I've got resources as well at the end, which I haven't included in this mind map. So what I do is I've mapped out every step, every chapter that I want to cover inside the mind map. I'll make a list. I list all of these. Then I go about breaking each one down. So the introduction, I knew I wanted to cover a little bit about me, a little bit about my background, definitely about my 5-figure launches, which obviously that's what the product's about. So I needed to get that in there, and also proof to you guys that this was real life. It's not just me talking a load of crap and making it up. This actually happens, Following these steps, you're going to get the same success. So I wanted to show you that proof. So then I went on to the next section, which was niche research. So I already knew what I needed to cover. I needed to cover how to find a hot niche, and also, are people spending money? Okay, so then I had those 2 ideas. They were the 2 main points that I wanted to cover within niche research. So what I did was, again, I broke each one down further. You can see in the finding a hot niche, I wanted to break it down into affiliate platforms, forums, social networks, search engines, and Q&A sites. All the places that I use to research whether a niche is hot or not. Then obviously I wanted to work out if people were spending money, and no better place to do so than the affiliate platforms. You know, I remember in the module just before, in the niche research module, we went to JVZoo and we saw what were the top sellers over the last 30 days, over the last 7 days, even today. You know, so I think it was video and software, right? So that's where I knew how to find if people were spending money. Okay. So I'd broken down that bit. Then the next section was product creation. So what I wanted to cover was mind map, the type of products that you can create, upsell ideas, and graphics. Okay, so then again I broke each one down. I broke the types down into ebook, into video, into audio, and into software. Okay, these are the 4 types that most people create. And again I broke each one down further. The types of video you can create, the software to use to create and edit videos, and scripting content. Then for audio, software to record MP3s, and then creating your own software, buying rights to software at flipper.com, or outsourcing creation in Odesk. Okay, so this was just breaking down each and every product idea. Then upsell ideas, I just listed a few and covered those briefly inside the ebook. And again, graphics, creating your own using Photoshop or outsourcing cheaply to a site like Fiverr.com. Okay, so that was the product creation covered. Alright, it literally took me minutes just to write this out. And you can see you get so much from it, right? You get loads from it. And I can literally go over and create my module on product creation, and I know I need to cover the mind map, I need to cover about MindMeister, and I need to break down product sales copy funnel. I need to talk about the ebook, I need to talk about video, what types of video you can create, whether it be PowerPoint, over the shoulder, in front of the camera, and then I can break it down even further and use tips to creating PowerPoint, tips to creating over the shoulder videos, and tips to creating directly in front of the camera. Okay, so the next module was then domain and hosting. So buying your own domain and your hosting account. I went through where I buy mine from, what hosting I use, how to change name servers, how to install WordPress, how to install Optimized Press 2, and also Amazon S3 to host your products and your graphics. Okay, all covered within the ebook. If you were to go through the ebook, 5-figure funnel profits, you're going to be able to see each one of these breakdowns and details that I've covered inside my mind map. Then there was setting the funnel up. Now each section, now I knew how to set the funnel up, okay, so I knew what was needed, so I broke down again each module that I was going to cover inside the setting the funnel up module, a module within a module, if that makes sense. So I needed to cover about JVZoo. I knew I needed to cover about sales pages, product access pages, JV pages, and opt-in pages, and also the autoresponder, okay? So if I was to open all these up again, I've got different details that I need to cover in each aspect, okay? So for the sales page, I go by 6 P's, so problem, promise, proof, product, price, and PS, okay? And I've got a little bit of detail for each of these. Each of the 6 P's. So this is already giving me a massive head start. Okay? Then the exit pop, and then the product access page. So access to the product, bonuses, banners to upsells, high ticket webinar, all what you can put on the product access page, and what I put on my product access pages. Then we had the JV page, what to include on your JV page, all really important. Also for I've included on mine, which has led me to getting 5-figure funnels, you know. So it really is simple when you get into it, okay? And it's really fast, and it's quite amazing how fast your mind map can grow when you spend a little bit of time just getting into it and just breaking down each detail. And it'll save you so much time when actually creating that content, okay? Then the next section was recruiting affiliates, and I broke it down into 3 different methods which I use, which are launch calendars, Facebook, and affiliate platforms. And then finally the last module was launch. So I just broke down a few things which you need to do just prior to launch to make sure that you've got ready and in action, so your launch is going to go really smooth. So those were the things that I needed to cover in that section. So I'm just going to head on back up to the center, and then I'm going to zoom out because I want to show you just how big this mind map can get when you spend a few minutes doing it. And like I said before, this took me literally 20 to 30 minutes to break down. Now I'm zoomed out quite a way, so you probably aren't going to be able to make it out very clearly. I hope you can, but you might not be able to. But you can see the top up here, the About Me, the introduction section. And I'm just going to scroll down. I mean, how much have we got to go off here? How much, you know, it's amazing, right? It's amazing just how much content it's easy to just map out just within in a few short minutes. Okay? So, I'm just going to close that down a second. Or add one. No, that's not what I wanted to do. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to zoom back in because I can't see. And I'm hitting the back button. Now, what I want to do now, what I want to show you is when you've got your mind map fully completed, all you have to do is, so this is the mind map I'm going to use, FFFP. I'm just going to click the little arrow button here. I'm going to zoom in a little bit more because you might not be able to see very well. So there's a little arrow button here. Now I'm going to click that, and this gives us a few different choices. Now what I'm going to do is export. So I'm going to select export. Now I've got a free account. I've not got a paid account. So the free account, it limits us to what we can actually export, or what format we can export in. But what we can do is we can, the one that I've already got selected, document outline, we can export like this. So all I have to do is click export. And we've got a Word document just downloaded to my computer. I'm going to open that up. Okay, so here you can see it, right? So I now have a Word document which I can print out or keep on open on my computer, and it's got every single detail in it. So there's a title, that our middle blue bubble that we're going off, the front end, 5-figure funnel profits, introduction section, and each breakdown point of the introduction, okay, niche research, and then again finding a hot niche, and each breakdown of finding a hot niche. Are people spending money? Each breakdown of that. Best-selling products, JV Zoo, Warrior Plus, ClickBank, product creation. I mean, you've basically got a contents page, right? You've got a contents page for your ebook or for whatever you're doing. So you can just print this out, you can have it by your side whilst you're typing away for your ebook, or whilst you're building a video, or whatever you're doing, whatever bit of kit, whatever product you're creating, okay? So that's the mind map completed, guys. That's how easy it is. Really, really cool bit of kit. Essential when creating products, running a business. You really need to use a mind map. What you need to do now is you need to come up with a name for your product. Now there's a ton of ways which you can actually come up with this, but I like to break it down to this. I like to create 3 columns and come up with one idea. Okay, so you can see from the PowerPoint here, my first idea was Funnel Vision Blueprint. Now, that name was good. I like the wordplay, the funnel vision, as opposed to tunnel vision, but it wasn't what I wanted. You know, the product's about how to make money, how to build a 5-figure funnel, so I wanted a bit more clarity on that. I mean, Funnel Vision Blueprint, it doesn't really jump out as something that you're going to make money with, so that needed to change. So I then went down to the next row and I did a bit of wordplay and played around with the words, and I came up with Funnel Income Profits. Now that didn't go together, I didn't like that at all, so I came up then with 5-figure profits, and again it just wasn't right, so then I came up with 5-figure funnel, and then I added profits afterwards. So maybe you should have 4 columns. 4 words is probably a bit too much, which I've used for 4 words, so I'm probably eating my own advice, but I think it's ample. 3 words is ample, and they've got to be catchy, they've got to stand out, they've got to make the potential customer aware of what this actually is, what the product's about. So 5-figure funnel profits, it basically is what it says, you know, it's how to build a 5-figure funnel and profit, okay? So it's pretty much like this, guys. You can either do this on a computer, you can even print it off on a Word document, just create a table with 3 columns, print it off, stick it on the fridge, on your fridge magnet, stick it on your wall, draw it on your whiteboard, and just play with it. Over the next couple of days, play with it. Start off with the first idea of the title of your product. You don't need to do it all in a one-er. You can come back to it. So then maybe have a break, go and do what you're doing. Come back to it, have a look, add something else. Go to the gym, go do your shopping, do whatever you've got to do. Have a think about it, play with words, maybe come back up with something else. Add another thing, ask your partner, ask your wife, your husband, your kids. If they've got any ideas what they think of the product title, you know, it's all about that. The title is probably one of the most important parts of your product because it's what's going to grasp and grip people. Okay, it's got to sound good. It's got to make people aware of what they're actually buying, what they're going to be getting, what they're going to be finding out. You also need to make sure when you've actually come up with the product title, you need to make sure that no one else already has this product out there. So a quick Google search will solve this. Just have a delve, don't just go off the top results on Google. Make sure you go back a couple of pages just to make sure nothing is already out there with the same name. Really important, guys, because the last thing you want to do is create a product with exactly the same name as another product and then get into, well, who knows where that could go. Definitely not a good way. So make sure you do that. And again, another thing is you want your domain, the domain that you're going to purchase, you want it to be the title of your product or as close to. Okay, so make sure your domain, if so for 5-figure funnel, make sure that's already available. So I did that. I've got 5figurefunnel.net. So make sure your domain's available. You really want .com or .net specifically. Okay. So that's naming your product done. Get that done now, guys. Get your product titles started, get your column ideas up there, and then come back to it over the next couple of days and just break it down until you find an absolute humdinger. Now we're going to go into the different types of products we can create, starting off with ebook. So remember we exported the mind map that we created, so now it's time to put that to use. You've got your contents page, remember, so now you can break it down, you can get it all there, you can get your contents laid out, exactly what you're going to be covering in your ebook. Now this is really true, I needed to get this out there, because when I first created my first ever product back in August 2014, it was an ebook, and it took me so long to create. Not because it was massive and it was long-winded or anything like that, but because I just couldn't be bothered. I just kept on putting it off because it just seemed like too much of a chore, typing out all this content, all these 50, 60. But once I started actually writing and just getting it done and started typing away, I just couldn't stop. It was amazing, it really was. Now, I wasn't a big believer in school. I really hated school. A big believer is probably the wrong word. I do believe in school. But at the time when I was a kid and when I was going to school, I hated it. I hated sitting in class. I hated having to do school work. It was just boring. So I think what it was is I associated writing my ebook with being back at school and having to write and do all that boring stuff. So it was basically just me being a pillock and just putting it off, and it took me like over a month to create an ebook, you know. But in actual fact, it only took me a day or two to write it. It just took me a month to get round to writing it. I kept on putting it off because I couldn't be bothered. So, well, I suppose what I'm saying, I'm just going a long way around it, but what I'm saying is just get it done, guys. Just start it. You'll be amazed at what happens when you actually just take action and just start doing it. You know, it's the same with anything, with creating your first mind map, with researching your niche, with recording a video, with writing a script, everything, okay? The worst part is starting it, okay? The worst part is starting it. Once you've started it, it's an absolute breeze. You won't be able to stop. But it's just getting there and doing it. You just need to take action. That's the number one thing. So what else we need to do within our ebook is use images. Now, as I mentioned in the ebook, these need to be royalty-free images. There's a ton of sites on that you can find using Google search to to find these images royalty-free. I actually use Fotolia.com. I posted a link in the ebook. I will drop a link under the resources under this video as well. Now, most royalty-free sites for images with the good quality images are going to be paid. Okay, you're going to be hard done by to find a site that offers really good and a wide range of really good images for free. Okay, so Fotolia.com is the one I use. There's stock photos, there's I don't know what there is. There's a ton. There's loads. So maybe you're already a member of one. Maybe you've got access to royalty-free photos already through some of their products that have been launched. Make sure you use royalty-free images. Don't be just swiping them off Google Images, because if the wrong person gets hold of your ebook and notices that those images actually belong to someone else, you could be in a whole world of trouble. Okay, so make sure you use royalty-free images. Now, what else you can do with images, as I've done in my ebook, if you were to go back to 5-figure funnel profits of the ebook, you're going to notice that a lot of my images are actually images, instructional images. They're screenshots that I've done and taken myself as I've been creating my mind map, as I've been researching niches, as I've been creating products, as I've been buying domain and hosting. They're actually screenshots. I use a free software called Jing. You can just simply go to techsmith.com/Jing, or just search Jing in Google, and it's basically a free screenshot software or screen capture software, and that's what I use. It also needs to be really simple and easy to read. Now, the way of doing this would be to, again, use images to break things up and for people to spice it up, but also using line breaks. So instead of you've got to think of it yourself. When you see a big block of text, like, I don't know, 20, 30 lines of text without any line breaks, it looks like it's going to be a hard job of reading it. It just looks boring straight away. So breaking it up, I usually use a maximum of 5 or 6 lines before I have a line break, just for ease on the eye. You know, it just makes it easier to read. It makes it look more appealing, and it is so much more effective. It really is. This is key. You need to have your ebook proofread. So I actually use my mum, my dearest mother, to proofread all my ebooks, because she's a superstar, and she's really good at English and punctuation, spelling, grammar. So she's dynamite. She actually proofread my 5-figure funnel profits ebook. So if there is any mistakes, then it's my mum's fault, not mine. I'm only joking. I really doubt there's any mistakes, because she's awesome. But it needs proofreading is basically what I'm saying. So if you don't have someone in the family or a friend who can do it for you, then you can either do it yourself or you can outsource it. Fiverr.com has a range of people, range of services, all really cheap, that you can outsource any type of work to. So I don't know the going rate. I imagine it's somewhere around $5 for 1,000 words proofread, or something similar to that. So if you had 6,000 words in your ebook, which I think is around what I've got for 5-figure funnel profits, I'll check in a little bit, but I think it's about 6,000 words, so that'd be the equivalent of $30, okay, which is pretty cheap, right, to have proofread, and it'll save you a heck of a lot of time to focus on maybe building your upsells or your sales pages, so definitely worth doing. You also, within your ebook, I'm actually going to open my ebook up, and 5-figure funnel profits. So here we are, 5-figure funnel profits. I'm just going to scroll down, because what I want to show you is the link in the footer, okay? This is prime space, okay? Imagine 1,000 people bought your front-end product. Now, not all of them are going to read it, of course, and open it up. Some people just buy it just for the heck of buying it, but there are going to be people, obviously, a lot of those people are going to open it up. So you can link to your upsell or to related products, affiliate products, or your blog, wherever. This is prime advertising space. So this link down here is the footer link to this training, the platinum package, 5-figure funnel platinum. So some of you guys who are actually watching this video now are going to have come through this link here. After reading the ebook, you think maybe that you want a more detailed training in building your funnels, then you're going to click that link and boom, you've purchased 5-figure funnel platinum package and you're watching these videos now. Okay, so absolutely essential to not put that to waste. Don't let it go to waste and not include anything to it. It doesn't have to be to your sales page. You could link it to your blog or your fan page to get more social presence, that sort of thing. Also within your ebook, you can put other affiliate links. So I'm just going to scroll down and try and find some. That's Warrior Forum link. Okay, so the MindMeister link inside my ebook here, MindMeister, this is actually an affiliate link. I don't earn any money from it, but what does happen is I earn privilege to access another mind map. So on top of my free mind maps, I'll have an added mind map, if that makes sense, for no cost, okay? But there's a ton of pretty much every link inside my ebook is an affiliate link. The Photolia link is an affiliate link, so I'll make commissions of anyone who purchases royalty-free images through this Photolia link. I'll quickly have a scroll through and see if there's any other key links I can see. Okay, the graphics link for Steve at GFX1, that's also an affiliate link, my affiliate link. So again, I'll be earning commissions off anyone who purchases any graphics through that. So it's just about maximising profits. Okay, you've got all this advertising space within your ebook and your products, membership sites, that sort of thing. You can put banner ads or text ads. So it's just about maximising your profits and making as much money as you can. It's also important to point out that every link that I've got, every affiliate link that I have inside this ebook I also use myself and recommend. I'm not just linking to stuff that I've never used and I don't know the quality of. I use MindMeister, I highly recommend it. I use Photolia, again I highly recommend it. I use Steve at GFX1, again I highly recommend him, and it's the same for all of my affiliate links. I don't just promote and recommend people or sites or companies that I've never used. You know, that's not what I do, because you don't know the quality, you don't know what the people who buy through your link are going to get. Whereas if you do use them and you do know what they're like, then you obviously know that the quality is going to be good, the service is going to be good, so I know you guys are going to be happy. So the next thing to do when you've got your ebook all sorted is actually save it as a PDF. Now, I know for a lot of you guys this is going to be dead simple and I'm going to be teaching you to suck eggs, but I just want to show for those of you when I get the right teeth in, for those of you who maybe don't know, it's really simple and I'll quickly show you. So you've got your Word document open, you've written all your ebook, you've added your links, you've added all your images, you're ready to go, you're ready to publish it as a PDF. All you have to do is go up to File, Save As, add it to wherever you want to save. I'll just put it in here for now. All you have to do is then select the drop down box where it says Save As Type. So that's Word document, it's already selected as. Select PDF and then save. Title it to whatever you want to title it as. Save it whichever folder you want to save it as. Hit PDF and save. That's it. You've then got a PDF, that's your ebook, and you're ready to rock and roll. The next product type is audio, okay? MP3. Now, this has gradually declined in products. You don't see as many audio products as you used to a while back. There are still some out there and they do still sell well, but MP3 is usually more seen as an added bonus to other products. So, for instance, you could pick up an ebook or a video training product, and the added bonus is it's also in MP3 format, so you could download it onto your phone and listen to it whilst at the gym or whilst in your car driving to wherever you're going. However, if you are going to go down the route of audio, then there is a software you can use, and it's called Audacity, and that's spelled Audacity. A simple search into Google, you'll be able to download that for free and use that, record MP3s with that software. Another option you can use for MP3 is actually something that I've seen recently by a well-known marketer, is his coaching calls. He's got a coaching program with live group coaching calls. He hosts, I don't know, fortnightly. But what he's done is he's recorded each of these coaching calls and he's ripped the MP3 and packaged, like, I don't know, 6, 7, 8 weeks worth of coaching calls, and each coaching call MP3 into one product and sold that product on. Okay, so it's no expense to him. He's not wasted any more time, or he's not spent any time creating a product. He's just taken what he's already had out there. He's taken his coaching calls that he was already doing anyway to his coaching clients, and he's just used the MP3s and sold them, packaged them and sold them as a product, which I think is a really good idea, and it's a product there without spending any more time. Okay, so the next product type we're going to look at is creating video. So there's a number of options when shooting video products. We've got PowerPoint training, exactly like what we're doing here now. Also over-the-shoulder training, showing how to do something. Again, that's a mix of what we're doing now as I'm going over to MindMeister to build a mind map. We go into Word document to show you how to save it as a PDF. You know, that's all over the shoulder training. You're watching me on my screen as I perform and do an action. And there's also you yourself in front of the camera. So inside the members area, 5-figure funnel, you're going to be able to, the first video you see is a welcome video. And that's me in front of the camera welcoming everyone to the members area and to how to access the products and any bonuses that are available. So with any of your video training, you also need to have your mind maps. Really important. Again, I'm sure you already know how important a mind map is. But using the exact same principle as with an ebook, you can break down your PowerPoint training, you can break down over-the-shoulder training, and you can even break down you in front of the camera. You can break it down into bullet points. You also want to have a script, or especially those people who maybe aren't as confident in creating a video or recording a voiceover something. Having a script just makes things so much simpler. And it's as simple as just breaking it down into bullet points. Just bullet point the points that you actually want to talk about in your video, or the aspects you want to cover in your training. So you are going to need some software if you are going down the route of creating videos. Now, there's two options as far as I am concerned. Now, the first option is a paid option, and it's Camtasia, and you can see I'm on the Camtasia screen here. It's actually by a company called TechSmith. Okay, this is going to bring you up on this screen. That's no affiliate link of mine. I'm not getting anything out of this. This is simply me recommending an awesome software which you can record your screen and also edit your video to no extent. Okay. So you can grab a free trial with Camtasia, so you can try it out. You can do it with PC or Mac. Now, I use Camtasia to edit all of my videos. It is a really neat bit of kit. If you don't already have it, I really highly recommend doing so if you are seriously considering going down the route of videos. If maybe you're not really that concerned about videos, but you do want some software to capture your screen, then you can use the free software Jing, which we spoke about for me taking instructional images, step-by-step images, which I've used in my ebook. But Jing is a free software. It's also by TechSmith. Okay, you can download this for free, and you can. I'm going to open it up. I've got it as well if I can find it. Okay, so let's have a look at Jing. I'm actually going to open it up just so we can quickly show you. So you can see this crosshairs. I've got this crosshatch. I'm not sure that's what you call it. But this is the simple drag to take your screenshot or your screen capture or whatever, and I can either select capture image. So that is Jing. They're the two softwares I really highly recommend, whether you go down the paid route or the free route. Now, something else I really want to share with you is an idea for a product, okay? Now, this is using video or MP3 audio. Now, it's actually been done a few times to really big success. And it's going down a route of maybe if you aren't very confident in creating a video or showing people the training in video form, maybe you don't feel like you've got enough expertise in a certain area or niche that you're wanting to get involved in, then what you could do is you could interview the expert. Now, this would be, it's a really good idea, to be fair. It's been done before, as I've already said, and to really good effect. So let's say, for example, you wanted to get into the solo ad niche of internet marketing and to make money online. Then you could look for the top guys, the experts in that niche. So there's a ton of them out there. So you'd maybe pick 5 or 6 of the top guys in solo ads selling, okay? You then approach them and ask them if you could maybe interview them. If you were to do so, then you'd be able to shoot a load of questions, get them on Skype or Google Hangouts, record the interview, and maybe do that to 4 or 5 different experts in that niche, and then package it together into a product, and you've got your product there, you know? You've got to think, that's worth a lot, okay? People wanting to find out information about solo ads and buy products in that niche, then you've got to think how appealing and how much value interviews of like the 4 or 5 biggest names in that niche is going to be to them. They're finding out all the juicy gossip, details, training and value from 4 or 5 of the biggest names, okay? So that was just an idea I just wanted to throw out there, because I know for a lot of people starting out and creating their first products, it can be daunting. Creating video can be daunting. It's not the same as writing an ebook or typing away, because it's your voice and your face, you know, so it can be daunting, it really can. So that's just an option I wanted to chuck out there. We've also got creating software. Now this is the last product type that we're going to cover, is software. Now, as we discussed and looked at in the first module, niche research, software is booming. We know software is massive, it's all over the top sellers in JVZoo. However, it's very difficult, okay? Now, most of us aren't going to be top coders or PHP experts or coding, whatever, I don't know. It's something I know very little about. However, that doesn't mean you can't have a software product. There are other ways to create software. So if you were to go over to flipper.com, which is a site where people sell websites and softwares, I can just simply put in software in the search box, which is going to bring me back a full list of matches. But you need to do a bit of sifting, because a lot of this is just going to be domains. You're going to be buying domains for network and software.com. This is domain only. It tells you just down below, domain only. So what I can do is we can go onto website. So you can have a scroll through all these results, and there are going to be some that aren't relevant and maybe just domains like just before, but there are going to be some websites and some web applications, okay, some softwares. So you can see here, inboundio.com, number 2 inbound marketing software after HubSpot for sale, okay. Monthly uniques, 1,928, no monthly revenue, or non-claimed anyway, but you can have a closer look at that, the description, what the seller's saying, by just clicking on inboundio.com and having a look there. You can have another scroll down. You've got WP Click Store, automated sales site for ClickBank affiliate store software, instant domain sniper. You know, there's a ton of things to go through and have a look at. But you don't just need it. This isn't just for you buying the rights to a software, okay? If you're wanting to come down the software route and get a software created or create one yourself, then you can get some really good ideas inside Flipper.com by scrolling through what other people are doing. Okay, there is some really good ideas. So that's software, guys. So upsells. Now, I'm just going to list a few ideas for what you can use as an upsell. So first off, you can use an enhanced version of the front-end product. So with my 5-figure funnel profits was an ebook. The platinum package, this package that you're in now, is more detailed video training. It's an enhanced version of the front end. It's me showing you exactly how to do everything that I covered in the ebook and more. You could also have a membership site. So this could be using Optimized Press to Member. They have a membership plugin that you can upload into your WordPress site. You could integrate it with Wishlist Member. There's a ton of different membership plugins out there that you can use, or membership softwares, and you can build your own membership site. So this is a great upsell because your front end could be an ebook or video training. Then you could have a membership site with content that you add every single month for a recurring fee. So people maybe pay you, let's say, $20 a month to be a member of the membership site, and it's recurring income. That's going to be coming in every month until they cancel. So membership sites are a really good idea for upsells. You could also offer a done-for-you service. Again, going back to my example with 5-figure funnel, my second upsell is the 5-figure funnel done-for-you service. So this is where I've had a professional designer put together sales page templates, squeeze page templates, product access page templates, JV page templates, everything you need to build your own funnel. All you need to do is add your product and add your sales copy and you're away. Okay, that's all you need to do. I've saved you so much time, so much money. Okay, other ideas for done-for-you services could be you could build a website for customers, you could build a sales funnel for customers, you could build a product, you could offer SEO, you could create videos, edit videos. The world's your oyster. And you could also create coaching programs for your upsells. Now, usually coaching programs are quite high ticket. However, you could create a 4-week mastermind as your last upsell, and this could be priced at $97 or $197, and it could be for a 4-week coaching plan, which is a weekly webinar. So 4 webinars in total, once a week, where you go through a different aspect of training. You could also maybe implement it into a Facebook group, so people pay a monthly fee to be part of your inner circle Facebook group where you do coaching, or maybe email coaching where every week they're going to get tasks inside their email account which they need to have done by the next week. So there's a ton of things that you can do. It's just being open-minded and having a think and seeing what's going to work best. So those are a few upsell ideas. So now we need the graphics. Okay, graphics are essential for your products. Now, Photoshop is a great tool if you know how to use it. Now, unfortunately, I don't. I have it, I've got Photoshop, I'm just no good at it. I can't use it. Everything I ever try creating just doesn't look as good as if I was to get it outsourced professionally. So, alternatively, if like me, you're not that good at Photoshop, then you could outsource it to a graphics designer. Fiverr have loads of really well-priced graphic designers, obviously for $5 a piece. Like I mentioned before, and mentioned in the ebook, Steve at GFX1 is an absolute genius. He actually created the graphics that are on that page there, the funnel, 5-figure funnel platinum package. So you could either go through that link or just type in GFX1 into Google and you're going to find his website. I absolutely recommend him through the roof. He's a top guy, super fast, super affordable. So the types of graphics you actually need, you need product graphics. So for your front end, you're going to have the ebook graphic or video graphic, whatever your product is, okay? You could have a logo, you could have an ebook front cover. So if you go back to my ebook, 5-Figure Funnel Profits, the first page is a flat cover, okay? Then you need graphics for your upsells. So as you can see on this slide here, the platinum package is a DVDs and DVD boxes. Then you also need JV page graphics, so you need banners for your affiliate tools for your JVs to use. You need a contest graphic with the prizes, what people can win for promoting your product. Another good idea is a Facebook image for your JVs for when you're posting in Facebook groups recruiting affiliates. And for your sales page, if you maybe wanting to use a header or a banner at the top of the sales page, then that's an alternative as well. Okay, so those are the graphics that you definitely need. So the last slide which we're going to cover before we round this module off is the testimonials. Okay, time to give your product away. Now, some of you might be thinking, why the heck would you do that? But it's really important that you do. You need to get some testimonials for your sales page. Now, we will be covering this in a later module, but the testimonials are going to be real life proof, okay? People hit the sales page and they may be unsure, they maybe never heard of you before, you don't have any authority, you're brand new, whatever, but if they see that there's people there vouching for you, saying that the product's really good, it's a wicked product, it works, all this, and especially if they know those people, that you've got key figures that are well known in that niche, then it really adds a lot of clarity and a lot of authority to you and your product. So the way that you do this, I mean, if you've got friends already in that niche on Facebook or whatever, you could reach out to them and ask if they'd mind giving you a testimonial. You could also reach out to people in Facebook groups related to that niche. If you're in any coaching groups or close-knit communities, reach out to those guys. Or any forums that you're active in that are related to your niche. So, for instance, a warrior forum for the Make Money Online niche. Obviously, you'd be a bit careful because a lot of people will be asking for that for review access. So, do make sure you limit it, and you don't just post a link on your news feed as a status update on Facebook and let the whole world have your product. Okay, make sure you don't just make it public. Alright, so that's it, guys, that's it covered. They're the keys that you need to create your product. You've got your niche idea, you've got your title now for your product, you've got your mind map mapped out, you're underway with creating your product and your upsells, you've got your graphics sorted. We're now going to be moving on to the next module, which is domain and hosting. We're going to be setting this up and getting it live online. Okay, guys, I'll see you in the next module.